Chicago's leading scorer. Dominique Wilkins, the league's #2 point provider. Two superstars whose similar talents have resulted in opposite returns. Both exploded into the NBA as youngsters. But Michael's 3 MVPs, 2 consecutive championships, and 7 scoring titles have annually kept Dominique in the shadows and searching for his first world championship. The quest continued in Chicago Friday night as Wilkins faced off against Jordan and the Bulls. But Chicago's finest was untouchable. Michael's 18 first-quarter points, 35 for the night, erased any efforts by Dominique and the Hawks. A 24-point blowout by the Bulls sent a stinging message to the Hawks. Today, the battle resumes. Game 2 is next. Are you saying in your coaching days with the Atlanta Hawks, Wilkins forced it but got the roll? And the Bulls now lead 10-6. Dominique would claim that he'd be a good from the air ball. Chicago 12. And Atlanta 6. The Hawks went 43-39 in the regular season, 4th in the Central. They finished 14 games behind Chicago, 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. And again, it's Dominique showing the entire repertoire here at the start. Came from behind to win 101-91. John Starks led the way with 29 points, 11 assists. Rick Smits at 29 for Indiana. Michael Jordan with his first field goal. The Knicks and the Pacers play game 3 at March of the playoffs. The Bulls lead by 5. Grant pressured by Willis. Good ball movement, and Jordan converts his second field goal. Chicago with an 18-11 lead. Atlanta got off the
point of emphasis, Bobby Weiss, to his team was you've got to hustle and scrap for extra shots. Chicago had 26 more shot attempts in game 1.
Beautiful extension by Pippen to keep it away from contact. Although field goal, the Hawks battling back and cut it to a 3-point lead.
Well, sometimes that can be good for Atlanta. Sometimes that can be bad when Willis makes that perimeter shot, because sometimes he starts thinking that he is a small forward and wants to get out there and start lofting him up rather than get down in the paint where he should go to work.
Michael Jordan! And he threw the foul. Contact called for the personal, and Jordan will go to the line as we get another look.
How many times is he going to stick it out there with one hand and finish off in this NBA playoff series? He must kind of like it, because we've seen it a number of times already in game 1 and so far in game 2.
Touching the issue. Adam Keefe was blocked, and back comes Paxson, has a 3-on-1. Pippen over Henson. The Bulls are flying. They lead by 4. Henson with the lead. Picked off by Pippen. Another Chicago fast break. Henson for 3. Yes! Chicago, and the Hawks want to talk it over.
In game 1, the Bulls ended the first quarter with an 11-0 run. Second half, 11-0 run. Again, 10-0 right now for Chicago. Pippen with the jam. Then he hustles back to the defensive end, makes it happen again by picking up the interception. Then, as you know, the leading assist man for this team finds his open jump shooter, who happens to be John Paxson, and they did it all with their main guy on the bench, but he just loves it.
Next to the jump shooting of Trent Tucker and John Paxson. Jordan off balance. He has 10. Bulls by 3.
The last game between these two teams by 17 going into the 4th quarter, and lost when Scottie Pippen made a 3-pointer with 10 seconds remaining for an 88-87 win. They have beaten the Bulls in this building.
Michael Jordan drilling it. So Jordan with 12, Bulls 47, and the Hawks 42. 3.5 remaining in the first half. It's game 2 of the best of 5. Chicago, oh, what a steal. Armstrong got a piece of it. The interception by Williams leads the 3-on-1 and takes it the distance.
tremendous play.
Not shot well. He has 15 points. Purdue, time running down. Jordan from center court. Yes! Yes!
Just what you don't want to have happen. Send this crowd into a frenzy and the Bulls into the locker room with a half-court shot by Michael Jordan.
And that will go down as one of the most spectacular shots of the season. Michael Jordan, time running down just across the midcourt line. And he banks it off glass cleanly through. Put Michael down for 3 points. Put the Bulls down for 56. And at halftime, a 56-49 lead. That, incidentally, will not be worth $1 million for Michael. So at halftime, it's the Bulls 56 and the Hawks 49. Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, Bob Costas, Quinn Buckner, Bill Walton of all the scores and highlights, plus an update on the NBA playoff picture right after this message.
Composure during the Bulls' runs and keep working on the boards where they've got that advantage, and also to be more patient with their offensive game. Mark?
Well, not patient right there as Armstrong picked it off. A couple of strong runs by Chicago. Armstrong for three. B.J. Armstrong hits from downtown. He shot 45%.
Punishment, but is rewarded with 2 points. Now, whether or not he feels that only getting 2 is enough, punishment, he probably has something to say about it.
Michael Jordan has 17. Bulls 73, the Hawks 58. Bulls lead by 15. Wilkins, yes. Dominique has 19 points. Bulls 75, the Hawks 62. Mookie Blaylock will depart. Mookie only 1 for 7. Chicago leads by 15. Henson given no room by Armstrong. Here's Wilkins again. So Dominique Wilkins hitting a couple from long range. He has shot only 7 of 21. He now has 22 points. Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan with his second from downtown. His first came from center court right at the end of the half. Chicago 81 at
Him, but it's a basketball game. If he can play, he'd love to do it.
Michael Jordan to the reverse, yes, and it counts.
Now, Atlanta tried to come at him once they saw the double team. They were coming really from the inside of the court. Here comes Keith. You see him there too late. He comes around. They tried to foul him before he could get it up. Instead, with the reverse underneath. You see Keith comes high. He goes low. Willis is waiting. He never jumps. Instead, he watches. I don't blame him. It looked pretty good to me, too.
Pharrell on the foul, and the chant of MVP. Perhaps an answer to the cutting up. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Jordan goes to the left hand. Jordan with a floater.
Wilkins was trying to influence Jordan to the next defensive player, who was Stacey Augmon.
The officials checking in. The outside official, Crawford, said last touch by the Bulls.
You can see that Augmon's late getting over there. Wilkins was anticipating the help, but because he opened up his stance too much, gave him too much of an open drive, Augmon can't get there in time. Michael has that great first step going to the basket.
Okay, 22, the Bulls 98, the Hawks 85.
There's this thing about protecting the basket, but when Pippen gets to the foul line area, someone has to step up and challenge him. It's a free throw.
Another Chicago steal. 3-on-1. Grant finishing it off. And with the foul. Chicago with his 12th steal of the game. And Horace Grant finished the play. Here's another look at it. Pippen leading a 3-on-1. The Bulls with a 185 lead as a timeout is taken by Atlanta.